Hello cosmic travelers and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nikhil and today we're embarking on an extraordinary journey not through space but through time, into the mind of one of history's most dazzling intellects, Leonardo da Vinci. We often think of him as the painter of the Mona Lisa or the Last Supper, but his genius was so much vaster, so much more interconnected. He was an artist, yes, but also a scientist, an engineer, an anatomist, a musician, a true polymath whose curiosity knew no bounds. How did one person achieve so much? How did he cultivate a mind that could see the world with such breathtaking clarity and imagination? The secrets, it turns out, aren't locked away in a vault. They're woven throughout the thousands of pages of his personal notebooks. From these incredible records of his thoughts, his questions, and his discoveries, we can distill a powerful framework for thinking, creating, and living. Today, we're going to explore 7 key principles that Leonardo lived by. A guide, if you will, to unlocking your own inner genius. These aren't just historical curiosities. They are timeless, practical tools you can apply to your own life right now to supercharge your creativity, deepen your understanding, and foster profound personal growth. So get ready to look at the world through a new lens. We're going to dissect the very operating system of Da Vinci's mind, from his insatiable curiosity to his belief in the profound interconnectedness of all things. It's a roadmap to a more vibrant, inquisitive, and innovative life. As Leonardo himself famously said, learning never exhausts the mind. Let's prove him right. Let's begin. The first principle, and perhaps the very engine of Leonardo's genius, is curiosità, an insatiably curious approach to life. For Leonardo, the world wasn't a set of facts to be memorized. It was a grand cosmic mystery begging to be unraveled. His notebooks are a testament to this, filled not with answers but with questions. Why is the sky blue? How does a bird fly? What is the shape of a woodpecker's tongue? He didn't just wonder about the big things, he was fascinated by the mundane, the overlooked, the everyday mechanics of reality. This wasn't a passive curiosity, it was an active, relentless, lifelong pursuit of understanding. To embrace curiosity is to rekindle that childlike wonder we all once had. It's about cultivating the habit of asking why, and then, crucially, asking it again. Don't accept the surface-level explanation. Dig deeper. Challenge the assumptions you hold. Why do we do things a certain way? How does that device in your hand actually work? Look at the world around you not as a static backdrop, but as a dynamic, interconnected system of phenomena. Never stop learning, whether it's about the cosmos, the intricacies of a leaf, or the motivations of another person. Make your life a grand investigation, because every question you ask opens a new door to discovery. Leonardo's second principle was dimostrazione, a commitment to testing knowledge through direct experience. He lived in an age where dogma and ancient texts were often accepted as unquestionable truth. But Leonardo was a skeptic, in the best sense of the word. He trusted his own eyes, his own hands, and his own experiments above all else. He famously wrote, "All our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions." He didn't just read about anatomy. He dissected more than 30 human corpses to understand the intricate machinery of the body firsthand. He didn't just theorize about flight. He observed birds for countless hours and built his own flying machines. This principle is a powerful call to action for all of us. Don't just take things at face value. Get your hands dirty. If you want to understand how a business works, don't just read a book. Try starting one, even a small one. If you want to learn to cook, don't just watch videos. Get in the kitchen and start making mistakes. Challenge your own beliefs and the common knowledge of your field. Test your assumptions against the hard, unforgiving, but ultimately illuminating feedback of reality. True understanding isn't passively received, it is actively forged in the crucible of experience. It's the difference between knowing the path and walking the path. The third principle is sensazione, the continual refinement of the senses, especially sight, as the primary tools for discovery. Leonardo understood that our senses are the gateways through which all information about the universe flows into our minds. To be dull of sense was to be dull of mind. He trained himself to see with astonishing precision. He wrote about the subtle ways light falls on a curved surface, the minute differences in the color of leaves in shadow versus sun, and the fleeting expressions that cross a human face in a moment of emotion. He didn't just look, he observed. He didn't just hear, he listened. This is a profound invitation to slow down and truly perceive the world. In our fast-paced, screen-filled lives, we often filter out the rich tapestry of sensory information around us. Practice sensazione by engaging in mindful observation. Spend 5 minutes just looking at a single object, a coffee cup, a plant, your own hand. Notice the textures, the play of light and shadow, the subtle variations in color. When you eat, savor the flavors and aromas. When you walk outside, listen to the symphony of sounds, the birds, the wind, the distant traffic. By sharpening your senses, you open yourself up to a universe of detail and nuance that was always there, waiting to be discovered. Next, we have sfumato, which literally translates to going up in smoke. In painting, this is my famous technique of blurring lines and creating soft, hazy transitions between colors, most famously seen in the Mona Lisa's smile. But as a principle for life, sfumato is about embracing ambiguity, uncertainty, and paradox. I was, quite comfortable in the gray areas. I understood that not every question has a simple black and white answer. I could hold opposing ideas in my mind simultaneously, exploring them without a desperate need for immediate resolution. This willingness to dwell in mystery is a hallmark of profound creativity. In a world that often demands certainty and quick fixes, practicing sfumato is, well, a radical act. It means becoming comfortable with the phrase "I don't know." It means resisting the urge to prematurely categorize or judge a situation. When you face a complex problem, at work or in life, allow it to remain unresolved for a while. Let the different facets of the issue swim around in your mind. Embrace the tension of the unknown. It is in this fertile space of ambiguity, this hazy fog of uncertainty, that the most original and groundbreaking insights often emerge, like a form slowly materializing from the smoke. The fifth principle, arte scienza, is the development of a balance between art and science, logic and imagination. This is, really the very essence of the so-called Renaissance mind. For me, there was no division between these two realms. Art was a science, and science was an art. My scientific studies of anatomy and light made my paintings, more realistic and breathtaking, and my artistic eye for pattern and form helped me to see the elegant underlying structures in nature. I used what we might call whole-brain thinking, seamlessly weaving together the analytical with the intuitive, the logical with the imaginative. This principle challenges us, honestly, to break down the artificial walls we build between disciplines. If you're an engineer, study poetry. If you're an artist, learn about biology. Explore subjects outside your area of expertise. Practice using both sides of your brain. When tackling a problem, first analyze it logically, break it down into its components. Then, step back and let your intuition and imagination play with it. Use mind mapping, sketching, and storytelling alongside spreadsheets and data analysis. The greatest innovations in history have occurred at the intersection of different fields, where the rigor of science is married to the boundless creativity of art. Corporalita, the sixth principle, emphasizes the cultivation of grace, fitness, and physical well-being. I understood a fundamental truth that we often forget. The mind and body are not separate entities. They are a single integrated system. To have a sharp, energetic, and resilient mind, one must care for the body that houses it. Accounts from my time describe me as possessing great strength, dexterity, and vitality, even into my later years. I was reportedly a vegetarian, a proponent of moderation in eating and drinking, and I understood the importance of exercise and rest for maintaining peak mental and physical performance. This is a vital reminder that our cognitive abilities are directly tied to our physical health. You cannot fuel a high-performance mind with poor nutrition, lack of sleep, and a sedentary lifestyle. It's about more than just avoiding illness. It's about optimizing your entire system for creativity and clarity. Make time for physical activity that you enjoy. Prioritize sleep as the essential maintenance period for your brain. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel and fuel your body with intention. By cultivating corporalita, you are not taking time away from your mental pursuits. You are building the very foundation upon which they stand. A strong body supports a brilliant mind. The final and perhaps most profound principle is connessione, a recognition and appreciation for the interconnectedness of all things and phenomena. I possessed an incredible ability for systems thinking. I saw the universe not as a collection of isolated objects, but as an intricate interwoven tapestry. I saw the same spiral patterns in a seashell, a whirlpool of water, and the curl of a human hair. I understood that the mechanics of a bird's wing could inform the design of a flying machine, and that the flow of blood in the arteries mirrored the flow of rivers across the earth. My genius was in seeing the whole, not just the parts. To cultivate connessione is to train your mind to look for patterns, analogies, and relationships where others see only separation. It's about asking, what does this remind me of? Or how is this system like that other seemingly unrelated system? Think holistically. When you learn something new, don't just file it away in a mental box. Actively try to connect it to what you already know. Draw lines between ideas from different fields, from physics to philosophy, from music to mathematics. By doing so, you begin to weave a rich mental latticework, a web of understanding that allows for deeper insights and more creative combinations. You begin to see the world as I did, as one single, magnificent, interconnected masterpiece. And there you have it. 7 timeless principles from the mind of Leonardo da Vinci. From the relentless questioning of curiosity to the holistic perspective of connessione, this isn't just a historical lesson, it's a practical toolkit for a richer, more creative life. These principles demystify genius, showing it not as a magical gift bestowed upon a lucky few, but as a way of thinking and being that can be cultivated through conscious practice. The power lies not in adopting one of these habits, but in weaving them together into the fabric of your daily life, creating a powerful synergy that amplifies your ability to learn, create, and innovate. So how can you start today? It's simpler than you think. Get a notebook, a real physical notebook, and carry it everywhere. Use it to jot down your questions, sketch your ideas, and reflect on your experiences. Make a conscious effort to learn from fields outside your own. Read a book on a subject you know nothing about. Listen to a different genre of music. Visit a museum. Actively question what you believe to be true and test your knowledge against real-world experience. The key is to combine that boundless curiosity with the discipline to follow through, to merge your imagination with your intellect. Embrace these principles, and you'll be walking in the footsteps of a giant, not just admiring his work from afar, but actively engaging with the world in the same spirit of wonder and discovery. You'll find that your capacity for creativity and insight is far greater than you ever imagined. Let these 7 keys unlock the doors of your own potential. And never forget the words that guided my entire existence. Learning never exhausts the mind.